Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for March 2022. So on Sunday, March 27th, we have Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruling over ideas, information, how we bring those details in from our environment, how we kind of form a perspective, an idea, a plan about the world that we're living in, and of course, how it is that we communicate those thoughts and ideas, how we truly express ourselves out into the world. Mercury's moving into Aries. Aries, again, we are in Aries season. Aries is the very first zodiac sign. So there's a lot of beginnings. There's a lot of freshness. There's a lot of new coming at us. Many of us have entered into this new calendar, into Aries season, expecting a brand new perspective, brand new clarity. And although it is coming, Mercury has been in Pisces. So we are lacking the actual factual details, the clarity, the pieces that we needed in order to actually see things clearly. Mercury, while in Pisces, was working on our intuition, working on our dream state, working on our creative flow, our creative juices. But of course, we lack clarity in Piscean energy because everything is kind of wish-washy, everything is kind of vague. And now Mercury moving into Aries, being in Aries season under the influence of the Aquarian moon, you best believe that we are going to piece things together pretty freaking quick. We are going to have a lot of aha moments out of the gate. We are going to have a lot to say. We are going to be making the connections and seeing the pieces come together very, very quickly. But of course, with every single transit, with every single energy, there are pros and cons. So let's talk about it. First of all, we're going to have this very fiery, idealistic, straightforward, direct type of energy coming into our mental planes until April 10th. It is a very small window, but this small window will lead to mental burnout. So we should be grateful coming in that it is a very small window of fire in our mental plane. When we have this kind of energy, we are a little bit more focused on ourselves, on our personal thoughts, our personal ideas, what it is that we have to say. Of course, this Aries energy is a fundamental foundation in building our new egoic identities. Of course, many of us stripped of our ego identities while we just moved through that old calendar, went through Pisces season. We've had loss, we've had death, we've had endings, we've had closure. This changes a person. And now we are really focusing in, because we're in Aries season, because Mercury is now in Aries, we are trying to re-identify who it is that we are, how it is that we think, the direction that we need to take, how it is that we think and feel, communicating that outwards. So we're a lot more focused on our own personal communication, what we need to do to identify our own thoughts, our own feelings. We can be very outspoken with this particular energy. We are very straightforward, very blunt. We tend to speak first and think about the consequences later. That is an overall pro and con to this Aries energy. We can be very witty, very impulsive with our speech and our communication. We can be very confident in what it is that we're thinking, feeling, and what it is that we're trying to communicate, but also super freaking argumentative, very competitive. This Aries energy, we just want to win. We just want to conquer. We just want to be right. So we're very strong in our belief systems. We're very aligned, very, very stubborn, very fixated on our own thoughts, on our own feelings, on our own ideas. There is no convincing us otherwise. And so you have to understand that even though this is going on within you, it is going on within other people as well. This can be a very high probability, a high time of confrontation, of arguments, not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, because many of us spend an eternity biting our tongues and really, kind of dimming our light. This is going to be great for us. We have a truth to speak. We have feelings we need to express. We have new ideas that we have to share. We have a belief system that we're standing very firm in, and especially after what it is that we just went through, that's very important to us. So we have to understand that, you know what, a good argument, a good confrontation is a beautiful thing because it shows us two sides of the same coin. We just have to understand that we don't have to show up to every argument and every confrontation and every battle that we are invited to. So we're very focused on reaching a decision. We're very focused on making a choice. We're very focused on gaining clarity. Many of us have been lacking clarity, and these ideas, these puzzle pieces, they're coming in hot. They're coming in quick. Now, one thing I want to kind of lend to you is that we have a disadvantage, I guess, let's say, in this energy to make decisions too quick. We are too quick to jump in, too quick to commit, too quick to just get this ball rolling. And again, may I remind you, we're in the year of 2022, which is a year of building. We have to build a strong foundation. Again, back to the house analogy. There's no point in continuing to build the structure of a house on a shitty ass, weak ass foundation with cracks, unleveled foundation. So going into this, we can't just snap our fingers, make the decision and take action on it. That will likely get us into a little bit of trouble. We have to really use our intuition. We have to really slow the roll, slow the game down. Again, we talked about how Aries energy being a fire energy, we just want action. We want to move forward. We don't want to think about it. We just want to take action. We'll worry about it later. That can get us into a little bit of trouble. So we have these bold ideas. We have these brave, courageous kind of inspirations for us to pursue. Yes, we're thinking very quickly. Yes, there's a lot of impatience that comes with this Aries energy. So this, again, is why we don't want to hurry the decisions, hurry the choices. We don't want to hurry to commit. We want to ride that wave of excitement, of passion, of desire, but we have to think logically and practically long term. And especially where Mercury moving into Aries is coming in under the moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is about the long-term wants, needs, and desires of our emotional safety, our emotional security. So we can't just jump into things willy-nilly. There's a lot of competitiveness going on in this Aries energy, but we're going to find this within ourselves as well. Why? Well, Mercury, again, messenger of the gods, definitely rules over Gemini, and Gemini energy tends to be very divided. This mercurial energy and ideas constantly wants to one-up themselves. Just when we think we have a good idea, we're going to compete with ourselves to come up with a bigger, brighter, braver, more courageous, more confident, more wow idea than the one that we originally started with. We're constantly pushing the boundaries of what it is that we're thinking, what it is that we want, what it is we need, desire, and what it is that we need to share with the world. So we are very blunt. We are very straightforward. We are very honest. And although that is a great thing, feelings are going to get hurt. You may be the one to hurt other people's feelings, and other people may be the one to hurt yours. Does that mean that they're wrong? No. Sometimes the truth hurts. And we have to understand and be respectful of that if we are on the receiving end of somebody being blunt and straightforward and honest to a T, and it just happens to hurt our feelings, we have to respect that that is their truth, that is the way that they think, that is the way that we feel, does not make them wrong, does not make them the bad guy, just makes them speaking their truth, standing in their power, and we have to be respectful and loving and compassionate enough in order to do that. And all we can do is to be the energy in that receptive type of position that we would want other people to be if we are the ones speaking the truth, if we are the ones being direct and straightforward, and if we are the ones that just happen to hurt other people's feelings. So we're very kind of insensitive to other people's reception of our information, of our ideas, and of our truth. And this is why it can lead to some confrontational conversations and communications. What we want to focus on is whether or not we are choosing to pursue an idea or to communicate a certain thought or feeling just because we are overwhelmed with energy, or if it is because it will contribute to the greater, grander, long-term plan. We're making some very serious executive decisions about our own personal path, our own personal wants, needs, and desires. Again, this Aries energy, from Aries up until Cancer season, we're really working on building our ego identity back up. The ego is not a bad thing. It's what it is that we need to survive here in this earthly realm. But we also have to be very cautious, because where it is that we just got stripped away of our ego created all this space for us to build new qualities and characteristics that will be better suited for this next chapter, for these next life lessons. So, there is a lot of pros. Equally, there can be cons. We have to act as the observer. We have to be fine-tuned and aligned with our higher selves in order to let the lower level intellect that Mercury rules over, the logical, practical, strategic, calculated type of energy, we need to allow that to pop off, to grasp an idea, to stand firm in our beliefs, to really want to speak out our truth, and then take it up into the higher self. That's where the heart space is going to come into it. What it is that we feel, what it is that we're passionate about, what it is that we desire to share with the world and integrate in our own selves. We have to be mindful moving forward of balancing our egoic self with our higher self in order to operate as one whole, complete energy.